So now whatever we have seen so far, these are called as anonymous blocks. Just keep in mind, because there is no name to this block, right? So that is why it is called as anonymous block. So what can I do now? See, I want to create a function, right? So how do I create a function in Oracle? Okay, so this is our this section that we are going to cover. So we'll just look into the functions. So what do we do here? We just return number 10. We don't do anything else. Since we are passing no parameters, so we don't need these brackets. So let's see if I'm able to create the function. Yeah, function is created. Now I can run this function using the dual statement. As you can see, the output is 10. Fine. So this is the syntax for this. So you use create, and you can even use create or replace. So what it does when you use create, so it creates a new function. Suppose this function check, if I use only create, okay, let's take this scenario now. If I only use create, function is created first time. Now if I try to again create this, it will tell me that our name is already used by an existing object. So how do you get rid of this error? Suppose if I'm making some changes, then you use replace. So it's like, if it's already created, then replace. So that's the syntax, create or replace. Function is the keyword. So these are the keywords, create or replace function. So I would suggest always use create or replace, and then function name, function, and then the function name. And for the function, you always have to give what is the return type. So what is the return type? Return type is number. Say in my case it's number. You can make it as varchar2. You can return boolean. So all these things are possible in the function. And this is another keyword that you need to use, is. So is or as, both you can use here. And then in between is or and, this is your declaration section. Okay, this is your declaration section. And then you have the begin and end. So in the anonymous block, we used to write the declare. So everything was removed and we used to write declare. Something like this. So just remove the declare word and replace it with this syntax. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is, let's write. Okay. So I have declared. So this is the declaration section. Hopefully this is clear now. This is the declaration section. Now I am going to return vcount. Okay. Same thing. First I need to, okay, function created. So this time it didn't give any error because I used create or replace. Now let's run this. Perfect. Okay, now I need to pass some parameters. So how do I pass parameters? It's very simple. First is the parameter name, and then the data type. Simple. So what I will do is 101 plus whatever I am getting as parameter. I'm just using this one, and I'm returning this vcount. Okay, again function created. See, it is giving error because I am not passing the parameter. I need to pass the parameter. So I am passing parameter 201. Let's see what is the output. 302. 201 is now added to 101. Simple. So by default, the input parameter is in and out. Sorry, in. You can even have the out variable here. Okay. Say out variable. Out. Say another number. So with the return, you can also have the out variable. So I can set something in the out variable. This is my 200 or something. I run this one. So now it gives me error because I don't have any out variable. So that is where you have to use the PLSQL section, right? And or this anonymous block. So I'll just create this out number here. Fine. Now I'm executing this select statement. I'm passing the out variable. See, this is the variable that we need to pass, right? It's an out variable. So where do the output goes? into that out variable. So we need to pass this out variable here, and once this is passed, you can even just output the value of this out variable. First, let me function is created. So, as you can see here, function check is executed. I have passed the parameter 201, and then I have passed this pout also. Pout is now set to 200, and I have printed this pout as 200. So you can also get the out variables. This is extensively used. You can get the out variables like ref cursors, or so these are the different advanced things that we'll cover later on in separate video. For now, I'm just giving a very basic idea of what PLSQL is all about. Then we can deep dive into each and every detail of various functions and procedures or something like that. Now I'll move on to the procedure. So this was function. Okay, let's move on to the procedure. So instead of function, I'll write this as procedure. Okay, procedure will not have any return type. That's one thing. And if you want something out of the procedure, then you can use this parameter. Okay, what we had used in function also. And then you can pass any input parameter. I'm not changing anything. I'm just keeping everything as it is. Here so procedure is basically for your processing. Okay, for your processing, and it will not return anything to you. So that's what procedure does. So procedure would generally run all your insert statements, all your logics and everything, update statement, select statement, and all those things. Some big transactions, some business logic, and then it will return nothing. But in case of functions, so functions are generally like utility kind of things. So you pass a name, it will give you the enriched name or something like that. So these things can be done with the functions. So I'll just change the name of the procedure. I'll create the procedure. So again, create or replace, and now the keyword is procedure, proc test, and then we have these variables. The declaration section is same, use is also same. Now what I'm doing is I'm just using this pnum. Okay, now I have this pnum already. What I would do is recount into say 100. I will not return anything. I'm just creating this procedure. It's a simple procedure. Procedure is created. Now let's call this procedure. Okay, but I need this variable, so let me use the number, begin, end. Okay, now I'll call this procedure. Procedure has no return type, so there was no assignment done. Now come here, say passing 100, and then I'm passing v out. It's a direct call to the procedure. Once procedure is called, tvms underscore output dot put underscore line, and now we'll just do a v out. Let's execute this. See there. So I'm passing 100. 100 plus 101 is 201, and now I'm multiplying 201 with 100, so I'm getting this output. So this is what you can do with procedures. You can write insert statements, update statements. You can do any number of things. Okay, so this was just to cover the basics of the functions, procedures. There are a hell lot of things in PLSQL. So I'll cover it separately in separate videos. One of them is like the dynamic SQL. The other one is the triggers. The other part is that we can cover is packages. So how you can create packages. Packages is basically collections of all the procedures and functions into one place. So relatable. So that's the advantage of packages. So those advanced things I'll cover in separate videos, in separate other videos. Okay, thank you.